Hi everyone, this is Deekshit from Saab Immigration along with Vikas Joshi, and let's talk about the express entry draw that just happened today. February the 13th today, Vikas, pre-Valentine's gift from the IRCC to the CEC applicants. What do you think?
For sure, a big gift. My initial reaction was that of shock, but then when things sunk in, this is actually a big
Pleasant
pleasant
surprise.
surprise, a blessing in disguise for a lot of foreign nationals who are currently in Canada and fall under the Canadian Experience Plan.
Sure. So let's do one thing. So in this discussion, basically, let's just jot down what the agenda is going to be. So guys, in this video, what we are going to do is we're going to discuss what exactly happened today, what has been happening in the last 6-year history of the express entry system, and going forward, how can we extrapolate based on what has happened, what is happening, and what may happen eventually, right?
Sure, yeah, that's a good strategy.
A bit of a background, Lee, on this system. Express entry introduced 6 years ago now.
Right.
It replaced the previous first come first serve system. So federal skilled worker, federal skilled trade, and Canadian experience class. Now it became a merit based system. So if you meet their requirements, you be in the pool, and this was their pivotal immigration, their data management system, basically, right? COVID-19. It's been almost 1 year now that we have been dealing with. In fact, that the world has been dealing with. I just keep on going back to the fact: 27,000 ITAs in one day, almost equivalent to almost 3 months worth of ITAs in one go. CRS cutoff 75. Yes, a client of mine. He's a very good reference. Thank you, Akash, for that. So Akash calls me in the morning. In fact, he sends me a screenshot in the morning, and sir, is this true? And my initial impression, morning 7 o'clock, was no. What do you think? I actually thought this was someone may have just photoshopped or just edited this and just made it viral to create a bit of a hoax. But we actually thought that this is a huge mistake, but apparently not. So what this is basically, in my opinion, this is IRCC's answer to the ongoing travel restrictions and the immigration backlog, don't you think?
Exactly. I mean, I had a similar response. That was of shock. But then when things start sinking down and the number of invites that they're sending out, there is definitely a calculated strategic move from the Canadian government, and it very much aligns with their requirements of ensuring that enough people end up getting permanent residence in Canada.
That's true. In fact, I'll be sharing my screen on this video as well shortly, just to make sense of the data in hand. So yes, the Honorable Minister Mendicino did announce that that the government is looking at 1 million new immigrants over the next 3 years, 2021, 22, and 23. We were just crunching some numbers, and there were almost 107,000 ITAs issued through the express entry system itself across 2020. And we also have some clients who did receive their passport submission request, who are overseas, outside of Canada, under the federal skilled worker category, who did receive their passport submission requests around March of 2020, just before the world went into a lockdown, and they still have not been able to submit their passport. So that basically points out that there's a huge backlog, despite the highest number of invitations being sent through the express entry last year. The immigration intake, just on the news, I'll be sharing the link for the news on Globe and Mail, I think it was. It mentioned that the immigration intake is the lowest in Canada since 1998. So it doesn't make sense considering the fact highest number of immigration intake. That's what we are planning for Canada for the next 3 years. Express entry has been firing on all cylinders in terms of the ITAs being issued. Since November, we're looking at almost 5,000 ITAs per draw. It was knocked out of the park considering how much 27,300 something ITAs. Effectively what it means is, if you are a CEC applicant, if you are a Canadian Experience Class applicant, you are invited.
True. Yes. Yeah. I mean, this is why I call it a blessing in disguise. I know COVID has been horrible for the entire world. Canada is no exception. But this particular thing for all those applicants in Canada, I mean, even we used to talk to a lot of people. We had never expected the points to come
Exactly.
down to 75. We would always advise, have your profile in the pool. Because
Exactly.
You never know when it might, when might luck favor you. And this is what happened. Any of those people who had taken our advice back when we were telling them to have a profile in the pool, probably they are today.
We can learn from the history, but we have to create our own future. I mean, yes, the trends are only as good as today. So till yesterday, we were talking about, I remember we spoke to some people. Okay, advice for anyone looking to immigrate to Canada. Yes, as of February the 8th, 2021, there were over 152,000 applicants in the express entry pool. We'll be sharing the screen on that as well. However, the records, so many records were broken today. 27,000 ITAs in one day. I mean, just the gravity of this situation. I am going to be sharing my screen right now. So we have the whole analysis since express entry came into being from 31st of Jan 2015 was the first draw that happened, and so no program specified are the yellow ones. The provincial nominee programs are the blue ones. So 2017. May 2017 onwards, they started doing specific draws for federal skilled trade where the cutoff was 199. So this is, you had a question, what's the slowest that the score has gone?
Right.
I believe it was about 199, but that was specifically for the federal skilled trades category.
Right.
So there was a very interesting trend. So May of 2017, exactly 6 months after, November of 2017, another federal skilled trades draw on the same day as the PNP. The same trend followed for the year 2018 as well. So federal skilled trade in May, along with the PNP draw the same day. And September, we saw the next federal skilled trade draw with a cutoff of 284. So this was the trend. And 4th March was the last no program specified draw in March of 2020 with a cutoff of 471. I remember people saying, oh, the cutoff is never going to go below 470. And I remember people going into a frenzy. Where do we get an LMIA? How the hell can we manage CLB 9 and all that stuff? Suddenly, and I would like to point out there's a direct correlation between these draws and the COVID numbers. We're just getting onto it in just a while. So March of 2020, I'm just going to open the stats here on the world meters on the world meters website right now. So here's the graph of the growing number of COVID cases in Canada, and this is around March. So this is when Canada was expecting its first wave of COVID.
Right.
Canada went into a lockdown, so did all of the world. When you're targeting that you need approximately 1 million new immigrants every 3 years, or almost probably 250,000 new immigrants, that was a target around 2000 and almost 500,000 new immigrants around 2020-21. How do you cope up with that? So around the same time, when the numbers started growing around March, all the draws that were happening, there was a bit of a seesaw in terms of the score. PNPs, provincial nominee programs, and Canadian Experience Class. Very interesting data here. August 2020 is when, actually July and August is when we started seeing the federal skilled worker draws reopening again.
Right.
And if you look at the numbers here, you see this graph, the graph taking a dip down. That's when Canada was expecting that the borders may open again. So the ITAs, they again went back. It became an even playing ground, whether if, irrespective of the fact whether you are a federal skilled worker applicant or a federal skilled trade or a CEC, you were invited. Again, starting of 2021. So 2020 was, everyone cursed 2020. And I think especially the people who are in Canada, they would be very happy with how 2021 has shaped up so far in the first month and a half.
Right.
So again, the PNP draw, Forza 813 was the first cutoff. 461 happened around 7th Jan 2021. So again, there was a trend. So I think Wednesday 6th Jan was the PNP. Thursday 7th Jan was the CEC. The next draw 20th Jan. So again, Wednesday and Thursday.
Right.
PNP followed by a CEC. And what were we expecting? I think we counseled a few clients as well.
Right. Right.
So if you're not in the pool, be in the pool. 10th of Feb, hey, today PNP draw came. Tomorrow, in all likelihood, that's what the numbers suggested.
Right.
There may be a new draw tomorrow.
Right.
We were wrong. It didn't happen. Well, I think everyone was wrong.
Oh.
And today, yes, the long weekend, Family Day weekend, Valentine's Day weekend. Wow, this was a blast. 27,332 invites in one day with a minimum CRS score of 75. And to top it all, it just goes to show Canada's commitment and Canada's acknowledgement of the value add that the international students and subsequent postgraduate work permit holders, they hold in Canada.
Right.
They did announce starting on 27th of Jan that anyone whose work permit is expiring or has expired from January of 2020, they can apply for a one-time open work permit for a duration of up to 18 months. Look at this now. 27,000. It doesn't. These numbers, they don't do justice to what I'm trying to show. But hey, here it goes. So this is the overall analysis. So the yellow, the blue bars we see. This is the cutoff, and the red worm, the red trend line. It shows the number of invites,
Right.
and it was a very consistent. So the little peaks here, these are all PNPs. The little troughs here, these are the federal skilled trade ones. Rest everything, it was pretty consistent.
Right.
This seesaw that started happening, this
Right.
was last year when PNP was followed by the CEC draws.
Right.
And look at this home run out of the park, whatever you want to call it. I mean, the graph, the whole axis, they've just been distorted. 75 cutoff,
Right.
27,000 plus ITAs. Wow.
I know it is a big thing to digest, obviously. But what's the way forward now? What should any applicant who has already completed his or her 1 year of Canadian experience, or is about to complete in a couple of weeks, but for whatever reason, they hadn't put in their files or hadn't put in their EOIs yet. What should they do? Is this going to be
The new normal?
Yeah, exactly. Are we going to see a new seesaw being formed now at a new invited number of people, number, or is it going to completely change? What do you think?
You raised a very, very valid point, Vikas, and I think not to blow my own trumpet, but I would like to take the opportunity. Again, guys, if you are eligible for any immigration program in Canada, especially express entry, I always say, people say, when is the score going to come down? What chances do we have? And all that. What happened today is a live example. I remember back in 2016 actually. I may have the numbers, but Okay, I will find that on later on. But around 2016, the express entry score did dip down to about 410s, probably 415 or 413.
Right.
And all of a sudden, people who had not made their profile thinking, "Hey, my score is too low. I'm not even going to be considered." They ran into a frenzy.
Right.
It happened once. It hasn't happened ever since. If we make an exception for today, I always say, you are asking someone when or how will I win the lottery? My answer is at least give your luck a chance. At least buy that lottery ticket, man. So, again, if you are eligible, if you meet, what are the requirements for Canadian experience class? 1 year experience in Canada, knock level 0, A or B. So skill level experience.
Right.
CLB 7 if you're in knock level 0 and A, and CLB 6 if you're in knock level B.
Right.
So people, how can I get an LMIA? How can I get the score increased? How can I get a PNP? Do you help with that? How much will you charge for that? I don't think any of those questions were actually relevant today. The only relevant question was, are you in the pool? If you were not in the pool, then now I'm sure it's going to be a mad scramble. Let's at least make the profile. If I've not given the IELTS, let's give the IELTS. Or if I've don't have my assessment, let's do that. So, to reinforce the tip for everyone, it's not a tip. It's just it should be. I'm just missing the word. It should be. It should be. I'm just missing the word. I'm sorry. But again, the advice is, guys, if you are eligible for the express entry pool, there is no reason why your profile should not be sitting in the pool. Today, if you held 1 year experience in Canada, you had your IELTS, your profile was in the pool, congratulations. I don't know whether this thing is going to be the new normal, whether this thing is an attempt by IRCC to recoup the lost ground in terms of the number of immigrants who have not been able to land in Canada as permanent residents, despite being, giving the highest number of ITAs and express entry and PNPs and other programs last year. But wow, this was a special day.
True. So the advice then for all such applicants is to
Be in the pool.
right. Even if they were not amongst the 27,000 plus people who got through today, get in the pool as early as possible.
Yes.
Set up a profile so that you're giving luck a chance.
Let's analyze another thing right now. Why do you think why do you think they did this thing? 27,000 applicants. I mean, 27,000 ITAs. They do require to be. I mean, that will require a lot of time to be processed as well.
Sure.
Does that mean now they can be different variables? But does that mean that they have bitten a huge chunk out of the pie right now and they're gonna try and swallow it slowly? That means probably not doing draws down the line. I hope not.
I feel this is also a big message that the Canadian government is sending out to everybody who's within the country that 75, I don't know how many actual applicants are, right above the 75 mark. They probably have a bigger score already. But still, this is a big message, I feel, for everybody to get their profiles going.
Get your act together and be
Right.
in the pool.
Right.
So again, see, people asked me today, I remember, why do you think they chose the minimum score to be 75 today? And what I actually feel is, and I hope this all adds up. I mean, 27,332 is a very arbitrary number. But what I believe is, what they did was, okay, how many CEC applicants in the pool? Let's invite every CEC applicant,
Right.
and let's start processing them. At least if they're targeting almost 400,000 new immigrants in Canada by the end of 2021, they've actually exceeded that number right now. But how it goes, Canada is just entering a huge travel restricted mode right now. We are in the middle of a second wave. thankfully, the numbers they are. I mean, the curve is flattening down. Although there was an announcement yesterday, although there was a new snippet. Probably an expert from University of Toronto had shared that the third wave in Canada is imminent. So 22nd of February is when the new travel restrictions they are coming into place, right? And I think everyone entering Canada would have to go for a mandatory 3-day isolation at their own expense, which is probably going to be over $2,000. So I think what they did was, hey, we understand that people are not going to be able to come into Canada. Just to put some numbers into perspective, the processing times for any kind of application, whether it's a visitor visa, whether it's a super visa, whether it's a spousal, anything, they are through the roof. I mean, the super visa application processing time from one of the most active countries in terms of immigration, India to Canada, it's almost 1 year, 340 days plus. The last I checked.
Which I remember used to be weeks.
Weeks, exactly. I mean, the average processing time was 4 to 10 days approximately. I mean, the files that used to be 1 year plus. I mean, we have people who are waiting for the visitor visa application to be processed since almost one year now. So we don't know what may happen, but again, if anyone listening is a CEC applicant, guys, make sure you are in the pool. We cannot, in fact, not just CEC, FSW as well. We keep on relying on old stats. We keep on relying on these numbers, and from today, this number of 13th Feb 2021 with 75 lowest CRS cutoff score and 27,000 ITAs. Oh my God.
I was going to discuss that with you. I mean, obviously this discussion today is focused on CEC because that's the big thing today. But this is also a message to FSWs, FSPs,
everyone. If you
right?
are eligible for any immigration category to Canada, especially where it requires you to submit an expression of interest,
Right.
if you find yourself having met the requirements, the assessment, the language credentials, the experience requirements, there is no point not being in the pool. I mean, again, what happened today, it was just I won't say shocked, but it was a pleasant surprise. I feel really happy for everyone who was able to take this opportunity, and I do hope that anyone who was not in the pool but was eligible in terms of their experience and their language, they enter the pool. They are able to create the expression of interest. And do you think the coming draws may be CEC specific? Because by the looks of it, the CEC has been picked up completely. 27,000 people done. The lowest score 75. So anyone above 75, if you were CEC, they have been picked up.
So everybody who is in the pool has been picked up, but there are people who are likely to finish the 1 year work permit requirement maybe in the month of March.
Yep.
Maybe in the month of April.
There were people who have completed their, so again, they can be different permutations as well. There can be people who have completed their experience, but they were considering, hey, I may not be able to score that.
Qualify, exactly.
I may not qualify. I mean, everyone qualifies. The CEC qualification
Sorry,
requirement is 1 year CEC, is 1 year experience in Canada.
In their mind, I may not qualify because I'm not going to get the points that
I may not be picked up.
Exactly.
And the same way, there may have been some people who are thinking, hey, what's the point of doing that? Or I don't want to do it. Or, it's not going to happen.
Right.
So, moral of the story today, because
get in the pool right now, pick up the phone, reach out to a regulated Canadian immigration consultant.
You mean us?
Oh, us, for sure.
Again, guys, so let me conclude the video of this note. We are a full-service immigration firm based out of Mississauga, Ontario. My name is Deekshit. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. And with me, my team member, my friend Vikas Joshi, he specializes with all the international student matter, the case processing in our firm. That everything goes through Vikas Joshi. So in case any immigration advice that you're looking for, don't forget to give us a nudge. You can reach us at the number mentioned at the end of the video. You can find ourselves on our social media footprint, Saab Immigration, SAAB Immigration. And congratulations to everyone who received the invitation to apply today. And wishing everyone all the best who are looking to immigrate to Canada in the near future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.